Alrighty, folks. Let's go ahead and get some music started up here. Alright, how y'all doing tonight? Everybody doing good? Let's see. Oh. Hold on. Stream may be a little bit laggy. Let me see if I can fix this. Actually, it doesn't look like I can fix it while we're streaming. Let me know in the chat if stream is lagging for you guys. I can do something to fix it, but I think I would have to end the stream to fix it. So we'll just let it rock for a second and see how everyone's doing. All right, what's up, chat? We got Muffin in here. What's up, Muffin? Nah, I'm skipping. I need orbs for Dimitri's remix. Yeah. Dimitri should be the next legendary hero getting a remix for the next batch. If we go over here and we take a look at the calendar real quick, we can actually see some stuff going on. Now, there's something very peculiar that they've mentioned like 500 times about this maintenance here. So, maintenance is going to be 10:30, October 30th, which is tomorrow, at 7 p.m. to 3 a.m., which is a really long one. Typically, these maintenance do not last that long. What is that, like a 8-hour maintenance, I think? That's pretty long for a maintenance. So, who knows what's going on? Perhaps the new Mythic Hero is going to have some kind of new ability or skill or something of the sort. Hard to really say at the moment, but I mean, that seems to be trending in that direction. They don't usually do really long maintenances like this. All right, this is where the Mythic is going to go, in this question mark box. I wanted to find the calendar, though. Let's see, where is the calendar? German says it's Chihol. Y'all wrong. Saint Chihol, that would be interesting. Okay, where is this freaking calendar at? They make you scroll through the entire... the whole bulletin board before you can find the calendar. Okay, here it is. So, the trailer, or the banner rather, is on Halloween, 10/31, which is pretty funky time to be dropping a trailer, or a banner. So that means the trailer is definitely tonight, and as for everything else, what else is coming up here? Let's see. New Heroes Revival, that'll be 11/8. We got a special hero summoning event on 11/6, which should be for the next seasonal banner. That should be the ninja banner, I think, the November ninjas. I don't know what the deal is with ninjas in November. Is it just because November starts with an N and ninjas also start with an N? Chase Bourne says, man, Fafner would be an easy skip. When does the trailer come out? The trailer should be in 56 minutes from now, so let's go ahead and get started here with our modes before we kick things off. All right, we took a -20 there. But for the most part, we've been doing pretty good this season, except we took a hard -60 from Sir Koopa. That's a familiar name. I believe this person comments on the videos sometimes. And then we got Deep Diver here, who gave us a -20. I guess we'll watch this replay while we're getting our footing here. Okay, oh wow, 3 structures, pretty ballsy. He's not running the safety fence at all here, so he's trying to really go for the hit and run, but it's not going to work too easy with Gatekeeper there. All right, let's see what he does. We can also turn the animations on, I guess. Yeah, so right there we got Yuri with the Kanto controls, so he's in big trouble. Violet's Abuba says Diginsia or Athos would ruin me. Yeah, I'm surprised we don't have either of those guys in the game yet. I mean, we have Diginsia, but he's not real Diginsia. He's just like a seasonal one. Huh. Okay, now YouTube is giving me an error message here saying that They're not receiving enough enough video to make a smooth stream here. Okay, so I think what we're going to do actually is we're going to... I'm going to quickly stop the stream for like 5 seconds so I can fix this, and then we're going to put it back on, because I think you guys are getting lag, or at least that's what YouTube is saying. So give me 1 second here, and I'm going to hopefully fix... Okay, that should have fixed it. All I did was lower the bitrate a little bit on the stream. I think I had the settings a little too high. Yeah, so let me know in the chat if the frame rate and like all that stuff is better now after I fixed it, or hopefully fixed it anyway. Alright, so we got a KO there with his Eliwood. Now we got Gatekeeper jumping in. I was considering doing something really wonky with this Gatekeeper. I was thinking about giving him the Arcane Green Tome so he could player phase a little bit better. Because if you think about it, at least for the case of Aether Raid's defense, like his weapon is giving you the all stats of 5 drive and then the healing, but I would kind of just prefer him to be able to fight better for Aether Raid's defense. So, like, giving him the Arcane Green Tome so he could get the follow-up, and then he'll also get the special acceleration. I feel like that could work out for him here. And then give him, like, Bonfire or something so he could ramp into it. It'd be pretty funky, but I don't know. That's for another tale for another day, I guess. All right, we don't need to keep watching this. It's pretty obvious how this is going to go. All right, in other news, I guess we can also talk about why there hasn't been content for the past couple of days. So, actually, my computer ended up crashing. Like, I lost basically, like, everything. I lost all of my files, all my documents, and everything, all my, like, movies and stuff. So, I had to, like, refresh everything. I had to reboot the console. I had to restore factory settings. And that was like such a headache for me, so I had to spend like a couple of days getting everything sorted back up. So yeah, that's the reason why content has not been happening lately. All right, well, I guess we'll go for Resonant battles first here. Yeah, but thankfully today I was able to get everything back in order. So that's also the reason why the stream settings weren't the way they usually are. I had to, like, adjust a couple of things there. Alright, Chicken Face says, for Gatekeeper Arcane, he loses access to detailed report. Oh, yeah, that is true, actually. That is true. Huh, yeah, so if you give him the Arcane Green Tome, he's not able to use his Obstruct effect, which is one of the better effects that he's got. So he can negate enemy warping. Alright, let's see here. Where is the Dancer Veil? Okay, so the boots in the Dancer's Veil always tucked away in the back. That's just how it is. And gotta love this, too. So, the harmonic titles for this round are Fire Emblem Engage and Fire Emblem TMS. As if there are any harmonic heroes for those two titles besides this one Anna here. So they really trolled us pretty hard this time around. Who is this Alir even supported with? Let's see here. Okay, he's supported with Alchrist. So I guess maybe something like this. Let's just get Alchrist over here. Oh, you know what? Actually, let's get Anna there so we can get the bonus movement on this Alir here. Yeah, from Snap, we'll be able to get +1 movement there. Yeah, Vocaloid says, that's crazy. Yeah, it was pretty, like, demoralizing, honestly. Like, just losing everything like that really sucks. If you've had that happen to you before, you know what it's like. So, yeah, not a fun week for me. But what are you going to do? It's just the way things go sometimes. Can't really complain, just gotta deal with it. Alright, Alchrist is kicking some pretty easy booty there. He's like, everyone's getting +1 movement on this team. These two have charge, and then these two are getting, or these three are getting snap. So it shouldn't be too bad for us to clear this mode here. Ian Kimball says, and yes, judging by what I said, I'm a big Dimitri fan. So, since I already have Legendary Dimitri, I'm getting his Refine Day 1, regardless of the Refine description. Alright, that's how you play your favorites. Just go ahead and build whoever, and it doesn't matter whether or not the character gets a good Refine or Remix or whatever. You don't want to be that guy. You don't want to be a meta slave. Alright, we'll go ahead and do this. Just get rid of this guy and get our Dancer's Veil. With the Kung Fu action. Gotta love that. Hopefully they add more fist weapons in the future. I know a lot of people were upset about the way they did this one, where it was a dragon breath instead of actually being like a whatchamacallit, an actual, like, gauntlet weapon. They didn't add a new weapon type, but I'd rather take just getting fist weapons as the animation than anything else. I just wanted to be able to beat people up. Alright, Anna's not able to beat Seth there, so we'll just get him with Alchrist, I guess. Vocaloid says, I need that snap skill for my Shez. Yeah, Shez is a pretty nice unit to get, whatchamacallit, on snap. Because Shez has the, he's like the really good flyer unit you can build up. Yeah, alright, we're basically done here. So, pretty simple mode, even though we're only limited to the 2 titles with the least amount of units. It's a pretty easy map regardless, especially if you have Anna or this legendary Leer. Vocaloid Lover says, oh, we just read that one. As long as legendary Shez is returning, I'm fine. I believe Shez is returning. I didn't double check, but I'm fairly sure Shez is returning here. Any guesses on what color you guys think the unit's going to be? Because I think that's the thing I'm the most unclear about right now. I feel like it could either be red or blue this time. So on blue, I believe Freyr is coming back along with Shez. So like 2 really recent units. They always love to incentivize the new mythic or legendary hero on a color that's pretty stacked. So blue is going to have Freyr and Shez. Like, those are 2 really good blue units. But then I feel like red could be a wild card because there's 2 units missing. We know legendary Nana is coming back, but then we don't know who the other 2 units are. Okay, we were able to get top rank somehow with only 1 harmonic hero. That's pretty funny. Yeah, this is what happens when you do this. This is such a troll move. Whose bright idea was that? To put out those 2 titles. Alright, let's go ahead and do Arena Assault now. Let's get this one out of the way. Alright, this team looks fine by me. Vicious Soul says, calling it now, it's green. It's not going to be green. I think all of the green units are already predetermined. Oh, wait, hold on. We can probably do better than 764. Let's refresh a bit here. German says, Red has significant backlog on new hero units, like Byleth, Felix, Fear, Diamant, so blue is probably it. I guess that's a good case, too, but I don't know. I feel like it could be red or blue, but it's probably going to be blue, whoever it is. So if it's blue, it probably can't be Fafner then. What color was Fafner again? I can't remember. Was he blue, actually? He might have been blue. The base Fafner? I think he was blue. But I really don't remember. I think the Fallen Fafner was red or colorless or something. I already forgot what he was. Ian says, I know another Fae YouTuber and his... Interesting. Oh, you know what it is? I just figured out what the problem is with the stream. It's... Because I don't have my Ethernet right now. I have my Ethernet set up on a different computer because... Like, with the crash and everything, I had to take my Ethernet off and, like, put it somewhere else so I could back up some files. Because I don't have... The Wi-Fi thing on my other computer broke. So I couldn't get onto the internet, so I had to move the Ethernet onto that computer. So, like, just so many issues. Like, issues on issues, man. It sucks, but... Again, what can you do? Alright, this shouldn't be too hard. He's just got a bunch of player phasers, so we should be able to... Am I not able to repole in there? Alright, there we go. Nice knowing you. What's up, man? It's been a while. How you doing? Nice knowing you. Mr. Closet says, if Felix is on the banner along with Legendary Shez, I'm going to be broke. Felix. They wouldn't be color sharing, though, so at the very least... I don't know, if you hit one color up to the spark and then you just spark the other... Like, if let's say you snipe blue and then you go up to the spark, you could just spark Felix there. Alright, this is a little tricky. He's got a bunch of these calves, though, so we can body block him, sorta. Ian says, I looked up Fafner's weapon, and his normal weapon was a lance, and his fallen weapon was a colorless breath. So I guess the dream could possibly be real that it is Fafner. We might get base Fafner, because they went back and they did, what's his face? They went back and they did King Freyr, so I feel like they could totally just go back and do Fafner too if they wanted. Alright, what are we doing here? Let's see. I think the move is just fall back for a sec. Yeah, and the next turn we'll try to get rid of these three. Oh, great. Yeah, that's exactly what I wanted them to do. Alright, good thing we have this Hulse, though. I bet you Hulse can bait Corrin. Actually, can he? Maybe he can't. I don't know. Let's give it a try, though. Alright, Hulse can't be that bad, right? Let's see here. There's no way Corrin beats him on a defense tile. Alright, good. I was gonna rage if she somehow was able to beat him. Nice knowing you says, not bad, man. Just working on and applying for internships. Also, shiny hunting. Reggie Drago. How about yourself? Oh, Reggie Drago is in Scarlet and Violet, right? He's one of the new Reggies. I wasn't a fan of the two new ones, honestly. Reggie Lecky and whatever the Reggie Drago, like that. To me, the original three Reggies are always going to be the only ones. And then Reggie Gigas, like, or Reggie Gigas, whatever his name is. I don't know why they added two new Reggies. Old man Tacho here. Back in my day, there were only three Reggies, and then Reggie Gigas, and that was it. Oh no, Sword and Shield, huh? That might have been a DLC then, because I remember I didn't get the DLC for Sword and Shield or Scarlet and Violet. I don't know, I'm not really a fan of the DLC for Pokemon. But it seems like the DLC is their answer to the third version game, because Sword and Shield never got the third version. I think they've done away with third version releases. They're just going to do DLC now. So, like, Scarlet and Violet had the Teal Mask DLC. That's probably what they intended to be, like, the third version game. Okay, what do we got here? Let's see. We got a Lucina there. We got also Soth, Byleth, and Ninian. A pretty nice build for offense on this Ninian there. He's even got Blue Flame, the one and only dragon special. It's not that much better than Bonfire, but I mean, I guess it's all he's got. All right, this one doesn't seem too tough. We can probably run a weaker team. Let's go for this one. Nice knowing you says he's hoping for a Gen 5 remake next year. That might happen. Yeah, it's about time for the Gen 5 remakes, right? What do you guys think they're going to do, though? Like, is it going to be another Legends game, or is it going to be an actual remake? Because some people had mixed opinions on the Gen 4 remakes. Like, some people, you either like it or hate it with Legends Arceus, and then... What was the other one? Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl. You either like it or hate it once again, so... I don't know. Not everyone's cup of tea. I'm me. Duh. That's quite a name there. I think I had trouble pronouncing that one on another stream, too. That one sounds familiar. Well, I'm me. Duh. Okay, no Gen 5 remakes, Game Freak. Have been pumping garbage for the past 10 years. Alright, yeah, I'm not going to deny that. The past couple of entries have been pretty lackluster. Oh, by the way, did you guys hear about the new Nintendo rules that they're trying to make? They're trying to really enforce these new rules where they don't want people using their IPs in ways that they don't agree with. So, like, I think for Smash Brothers, they started enforcing these tournament rules. Now, obviously, they're never going to be able to enforce, quote-unquote, these rules. But it was pretty funny to see them try, though. They're trying to be, like, real serious about this. And it's just never going to work. There's no way they're going to get everyone to cooperate with this. So, I think, like, one of the rules was you need to practice good hygiene. And people got so mad about that, like, the Smash community. It's like, what are you trying to say about us, Nintendo, that we're smelly? Oh, man. And then they don't want you to, like, live stream their stuff. I don't know. Nintendo's really weird. Like, I don't understand why they get so stubborn with their IPs like that. Flying Yeti, what's up, man? You got Don Fluffles watching LMM Miami, but good evening, Tasho. What's up, Don Fluffles? Derail says Gen 7 was the only one I actually enjoyed because it tried to be different, and then they released the Ultra games. Yeah, I didn't even like Sun and Moon to begin with, so Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon were the only two that I've never played. The only two main entry games that I've just skipped. I did play Sun and Moon, unfortunately, but I've never beaten them. That might be a fun one to do on live stream, actually. Like, play Sun and Moon. The whole game would just be me talking a bunch of shit, though, about, like, why I hate it. Derail says, yeah, with Smash, they basically made it so if you play Smash, we'll sue you. Yeah, like, what the hell is wrong with them, man? Do they really think they can go to every Smash Brothers tournament and, like, start enforcing all of this? There's no way. They are bugging out so hard. Alright, this map kind of sucks because he's got, like, flyer control over here. There's not really much we can do about that, though. Hopefully, Elincia doesn't do something that I don't expect. Oh, actually, that kind of worked out. Lucky for us, now we'll be able to pop a bunch of his guys with Edelgard. Alright, let's start off over here, I guess. Yeah, also, we'll get the AoE on Asker. Yo, let's pop Dominance here. Hold up, we about to go ham here. Oh, wow, that did no damage. I just popped Dominance on Lily. Dominance affects AoEs, by the way. And we did 0 damage to Asker regardless. That's insane. What is this guy made of? Yeah, too many cutscenes in Sun and Moon. Yeah, that is exactly the reason why I didn't like it. And it's not like the cutscenes were bad. It's just like they're not skippable and there's way too many of them. And then on top of that, it's so handholdy. Every 5 seconds, I feel like Lily or Hao just shows up out of nowhere and starts bothering you. that game was really just meant for little kids. That's when they started changing direction a bit. Because I thought Black and White, they were trying to cater the games more towards like teens and younger adults. And then they just backstepped all the way in Sun and Moon, all the way back to like kindergarten level. I guess we can go for this team. Another flyer ball set up here. I'd rather deal with a billion Elincias than legendary Aleers, though, because at least I can kill Elincia easy. With legendary Aleer, if she was on a defense tile, we'd be pulling our hair out here. Acid Cookies says, I'm so surprised. After all these years, Faye has never had a collab that's so rare for a gacha. Not, well, see, if they did a collab, they would have to pay for licensing, and I don't think Faye has the budget for that. I mean, they certainly do. They just are way too greedy to do it. I think their business model with Faye is make as much money as possible with spending as little amount of money as possible. So they have their formula. They run their banners every couple of weeks, and they do their little trailer and maybe a Faye channel once in a while, and they're just raking in the money. Just pump out a lot of power creep. Not hard, not difficult whatsoever. And we're Gucci. How about re-release rearmed heroes and make them more pay to win with the X skills? So yeah, I wouldn't expect too much out of the way of like other Zelda banner or like other Nintendo IPs getting a banner. Would be pretty fire. Norse says, Sun and Moon was literally the peak of Pokemon to me. It all went downhill after that. Nah, I don't know if I would agree with that. The peak for me was definitely Emerald. Pokemon peaked pretty early. Alright, let's see here. What do we want to do? I'm about to go over and get the Ethernet cable because it keeps on bothering me with this pop-up that's saying the stream is laggy. There's not really much I can do about that right this second, though. Vicious Soul says they gave the trio, I think, to a game called Dragalia or something, right? Yeah, they did actually. Dragalia Lost had a collab with Faye. But they didn't do one the other way around. Like, they didn't do a Dragalia crossover in Faye. Probably because they realized no one would have cared. But that's very peculiar, though, that Faye had a crossover with another game, but then that other game didn't cross over with Faye. Huh. Alright, she's gonna get Gale Force, right? Yeah, there's no way she's not. Let's go ahead and do this. Okay, she didn't get Gale Force. Oh, because this unit has support tempo. Okay. Wow, that was a big derp. Wait a second. How are we going to get out of this now? I shouldn't have put Ninian over there. I can't use Repo because all these trees are everywhere. I guess we just pray that Chrom can do it. Okay, he can. Alright, thankfully. Emerald Battle Frontier has the best music. Very powerful. Yeah, well, not only that, though, but the very first Battle Frontier from Emerald was like Pokemon Disneyland. Because it had the most facilities. It had 7 of them. It looked really cool. Like, it literally felt like you were in Disneyland. Looking at all the rides and the theme park stuff that they had going on in there. And then, all of the concepts for all the facilities were pretty good, too. I think there was one where your Pokemon move on their own. Like, they select their own attacks and things like that. So, like, that was pretty wild. It's tough, obviously, because you're not able to be in control. But it was pretty fun. Just, like, almost like auto battle. Like, it just pull the lever and see if your team does good or not. It's like a slot machine. And then there's the factory where you get to use the rent a Pokemon, which is pretty cool. And then there was the pyramid, too, where you had to, like, explore all the way to the top of the pyramid. That was cool. You get a bunch of items as well. Ah, man, the Emerald Frontier was just the best one. And it's a shame, because it was the first one. They couldn't top the first one that they did. Okay, this is actually not so great. If Valencia goes here, then Veronica can warp in and attack Lysithea. Let's hope she doesn't do that. But I kind of feel like she will. Yup. How'd I know? Oh, she canceled away. Thank God. Yeah, so she attacked. Yeah, wow. That was a close one. I am not paying enough attention here. Emmanuel Yago says, for real, I wished Faye had at least an accessory. Probably from Dragalia. I think that's what he's talking about. Yeah, that's so weird, though. I still think that's weird that Dragalia got Faye units, and then Faye didn't get Dragalia units. And now the game is done, so that ship has long set sail. Eric Samurai says, Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire screwed it up when they didn't add Battle Frontier. Yeah, that was the worst. No, because they also teased it, too. Not only did they not put the Battle Frontier in, but then they had the, like, the blueprints for it where you could see that it was under construction. That was a slap in the mouth. How dare they? Like, here's this feature we know everybody wants. Instead of putting it in the game, let's just show them it and then not make it accessible. So it's like they're acknowledging that they know we want it, but they're just not going to give it to us. That was some wild baloney. Alright, do we think that Shez can take out Corrin? Let's see here. Alright, he does because I've got Lewin on him, thankfully. That's pretty crazy, actually. This is a far save unit, and she's not doing that bad against him, honestly. Yeah, Corrin's pretty solid. Even though she's a dumb armored unit, she's still pretty good. Gotta give it up where props are due. Shadow Demon says, hey, Tasha, wouldn't they release both OG and Fallen Fafnir around the time the next Tempest Trial story event happens? I guess they could. Yeah, actually, that does make sense now that I think about it, because we got King Freyr. When they dropped him, they were doing the Book 4 Tempest Trial. So we ended up getting, like, Aether, and then we got Freya's remix, and then we just ended up getting, like, a bunch of goats all in a row. So that does make sense. Maybe for Book 5's Tempest Trial, that's when they're going to give us Fafner. Yeah, I didn't think about that. That's a pretty good concept. Well, Me says, there was even some guy who mentions recruiting Lucy the Pike Queen. Yeah, and then I think Annabelle was one of the characters, too, in Sun and Moon. They brought back Annabelle. She was the leader of the Battle Tower. It's like, come on, why are you going to tease us this bad? You know we want the Battle Frontier. Why do this to us? And then Scarlet and Violet didn't even have the Battle Tower at all. They just took out all of the facilities completely and just revolved the entire game around stupid raid battles, which nobody likes. We're fighting the biggest Corrin stand on Earth. Oh, wow, look at this. Yeah, that's pretty fire. Special Spiral 4 Corrin with Armored Flow. Yeah, Special Spiral 4 on save units with Armored Flow and Armored Beacon is actually kind of underrated. Because you get non-pierceable DR with this every time you have it pre-charged, and then you just nullify their DR and blow them up. It's a pretty strong build. Alright, then he's got Counter Roar on this one. Yeah, this... Oh, wow, she's also up for her remix, isn't she? I think Dimitri's going first, but, like, she is going to be down the road some point. This unit gets scary with a remix. They're going to give her Negating Fang, too. And then who knows how many effects on this weapon. Nice Nonia says, yeah, honestly, I don't know why they make some of these characters like Annabelle, Inigo lose their memories and become... Or Ingo loses memories and become different people with different personas in different times and regions. Yeah, that was in Legends Arceus. That guy, Ingo, he goes back to the past and he loses his memory. I don't know. I was kind of okay with that, at least. Like, okay, so they're bringing back this guy from Gen 5 in the Gen 4 remakes, which is kind of fishy. But Legends was such a good game that I didn't really care too much. I felt like Legends just nailed the exploration and the catching aspects so good. But then, like, the story was pretty wonky in Legends. Not that it was bad or anything. It was pretty good. It's just like it's not what you expect from Pokemon stories. Alright, we're going to have to just get out of the way. We'll get rid of this Corrin. All these other Corrins move very slowly, so we can sort of just pick them off one by one. And just get everybody out of the way here. Oh, there... We're doing this now? Okay, so they're just going to stay there on the defense tiles. Do we have a way to bait these? Huh. Seems pretty dangerous. Like, if I put a unit on one of these and then we try to bait somebody, but then who is even going to bait this? Look at this. 57 speed. We got Magic Null follow-up. Do we think Seliph is able to bait this? I guess we can try him. Nah, there's no way Seliph has more speed than this unit. What she got here? +5 from the weapon. Then she's getting... She may not have Unity if I attack from here, or get her to attack from here. So, we got Speed and Res -4. Then she'll get Ideal for Speed Up 5, and then Speed Up 5. So that's 14 speed effectively. I've got Lull Speed on Seliph. His weapon gives him 6, I think. No, it gives him 5. So we get 5 there. We get Clash. We get Lull. Then we get Solo. Maybe he can avoid... All right, let's give him a try. Maybe Seliph is just good enough that he can avoid it. I guess. Here we go. Alright, that's not what I want. I wanted to be on the defense tile, so... Oh, wow. We just one-shot her? Yeah, I guess they don't have negating Fang, right? Okay, sure. Well, that settles that. Nice Knowing You says... That one was okay, but I don't know about Annabelle. She became part of the international police after being the leader of the battle tower. Like, aren't people gonna notice? Wouldn't the battle tower shut down? Yeah, I can't even tell, like, what timeline is the Annabelle from or Sun and Moon from anyway? Like, is she supposed to be the same Annabelle from Emerald, or is this like an alternate timeline, or what is going on? I really have no clue. Alright, I think we got it here. Should we do that? How are we killing this one, though? This Corrin is probably going to be even worse, so we should save Seliph's special for that Corrin. Isaiah says, Legends was fun, but Enamorous is dumb to catch. yeah, that was dumb. You ain't gonna see me lying about that. Yeah, to play, like, Ring Around the Rosie with it. It's like running around in circles and you gotta catch it. Yeah, but Enamorous was a cool idea, though. Like, to get a female genie. Alright, yeah, as I thought, this Corrin is not going to be easy to deal with. Alright, let's see how Chrom does if we get the... Oh, he does not do anything. Ooh, this is going to be rough. Okay, let's see here. I think what we want to do is maybe wait one turn. If we get Chrom on a defense tile, is he going to be able to tank this armored flow from her? He might not be able to, actually. Seliph only lives because he's got Miracle. Alright, let's just go for it. Let's see what happens here. From what I understand, Gen 1 through 5 are the old universe, Gen 6 and up are the new universe. I think something like that happened, like in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, it was like an alternate timeline from Emerald. I think something like that was the case. I heard some people talking about that, like how the original RSC was different from Omega Ruby, Alpha Sapphire, because a lot of stuff in Omega Ruby was not built yet. Like, Mauville City is completely different. They didn't build the underground yet, and then they had the Battle Frontier, which was under construction. So, presumably, in the future, Emerald is after Omega Ruby? I don't know. Trying to figure out Pokemon timelines is... That ain't gonna happen. I don't have the brain, the wit for it right now. And we got 15 minutes to go, and we are on our final fight. We got a +10 Bride Tiki there. Got a Dagger, Duo Dagger. We have also +10 Veronica. Then we have a +10 Elincia. Alright, so this team... We would probably need a Tiki Killer to get rid of her. I don't know if this team is capable of killing that Tiki. We might be able to figure something out, because I have lethality on Yuri at least. I think we might be able to do something here. Let's try it. Yeah, we might be doing some stuff here. All right, we'll start by doing this. And then we'll get these two ready. Oh, wow. Really? Okay. Didn't expect that. I guess Veronica. Wow, we perfect KO there on Veronica. That's not even like we had room to spare. That was completely lucky that we got that KO. This might actually end up going pretty bad now that I think about it. I guess we just have to hope that... What could Alencia do here? Let's see. If Tiki moves first, she goes there. Then Alencia would go there. And then Dagger could jump there and attack Yuri. So that... Yuri could be in danger here. Let's see. I'm not sure if he is, but okay. Thankfully, Tiki moved down instead of over there. All right, even with lethality, look at this. We're doing 9 damage to Tiki. I was kind of hoping for a little better than 9 damage there. All right, sure. Pesky says, is Special Spiral 4 Brave Corin legit? I would say, yeah. Special Spiral 4 is actually, like, hella legit on save armors that have Armored Flow and Armored Beacon. Because, like, for example, if you get attacked by the Wind Clawed who has lethality, and you have your special pre-charge, you just proc Armored Flow or whatever, and then you blow him up because his DR is pierceable. So he only hits you with lethality once, and if he's not able to kill you with that, then you're basically just going to get him on the counter there. And then you set yourself up for the rest of the fight with Special Spiral 4. So yeah, it is pretty legit, I would say. Alright, let's go ahead and get rid of Dagger here. I guess we're going to have to rely on Chrom to beat Tiki. Zach's Network says, Insys has been far worse at orb draining since the economy went to crap. Yeah. The economy in real life or the economy in Fae? I think both of them are in deep trouble right now. Isaiah says, I do wonder what they're going to do with Legendary Corin's Refine. Oh, that is not good. That is not good either. Okay, Tiki is a problem. What are we doing about this Tiki? Let's see here. Can Chrom even do anything if he's on a defense style? I don't think he could. Let's see what items we've got here. Okay, we can get the Lightning Charm. We can get Naga's Tear. Why don't we start with the Lightning Charm? Let's just get some free damage. All right, it's a little bit more manageable now, but still not really looking so great here. Let's go for a reposition here. Oh, we can... Is she getting any bonuses? We can go ahead and do this, actually. Well, this doesn't do anything for us here. All right, I guess we'll go for Grand Strategy there, which is not helping in any significant way. Actually, that might have made things worse. Now Thor is doing less damage. All right, we'll go for reposition here. I guess we can bait her. Like if we just put Chrom on the defense tile, because she has quick repost for her guaranteed follow-up, right? Where is her guaranteed follow-up? Let's see here. Does she not have a... She's totally got to have a guaranteed follow-up. There's no way they didn't give her a guaranteed follow-up. Did they not get... Hold on. I'm like tripping balls here. All right, we'll have Chrom there. We're going to have Chrom bait her because I don't think she's going to double him there, and then we're on the defense tile. Let's see what happens. Hopefully this is safe, but I don't know. Let's find out. All right, come on, Chrom. You can do it. All right, there we go. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Old dog, new tricks. Or you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Or is that even the analogy I'm trying to use there? Chrom is the old dog, and he just defeated a new trick. Basically, let's put it like that. All right, so we got a decent score. Not really. Outside of top 100, sure. It's not the worst score, though. I don't think we did too bad. All right, we got 8 minutes to go until trailer. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go and get that Ethernet cord. Give me 1 second here, guys. I'm going to go grab the Ethernet cord so we can have a better connection by the time the trailer drops. So I'm just going to pause the audio for a second here. Okay, we're back. I just bumped my head while I had to go under the desk to plug the Ethernet in. And I hit my head on the corner of the desk. Alright, but I did get it in there, and it seems like the connection is pretty good now, so I probably should have did that way earlier in the stream, but you know your boy. We out here goofing, making mistakes. Ashton Davis, what decides or what constitutes mythic character material? I think the prerequisite is that it has to be a non-playable character, and it also has to be like some kind of god or deity or whatever. So think like legendary or very old ancient warriors. Like Altina wasn't a god or anything like that, but she was an ancient warrior. And then the same thing with Uller as well. Uller's not a god, but she's like one of the 12 legendary heroes from Jugdral. So think along those lines, I would say. That's why I think Athos qualifies to be a mythic hero, even though he's not he's a playable character. He's kind of like a god, I guess you could say. Athos is basically Gandalf for Fae. He's like Athos the White. He's our version of Gandalf in this game. That's why I like him so much. Athos technically usable, but only on the last map, yeah. Yeah, and you can't level him up either. He comes at max level. But it would be pretty dope to get him, though. Nils says, Faye doesn't even want to add more TMS characters or anyone from the first Warriors game. I'm not surprised they aren't adding heroes from another franchise, sadly. Yeah, it seems like most gachas, when they start doing collabs, it's more harmful than helpful. Because like I said, with the licensing issues and all that stuff, it gets pretty pricey, so they have to make sure that if they're doing a collab, it's going to make them returns on the income. And that's not always going to be guaranteed. I think in Faye it would be, though. Like, if they dropped... Man, would they, though? What would be the craziest collab they could do with Faye? Like Smash Brothers or something like that? Get, like, Meta Knight in here. You get Shulk in here. Who else is like a Nintendo IP character that uses swords? Link and Zelda. I think that's about it, though. Or a Kid Icarus could work, too. I guess they could get Pit in here, like Palutena. So there would be some interesting options, but I'm not too sure if the Fae community really cares. Like, the big money spenders, the whales, are really just spending money on power creep. Which is why all they ever do is release power creep. Because that's where the money is for them. But they really should focus a little bit more on trying to incentivize the non-paying players. Like, get some more... How would I say this? Get more, like, involvement for the community so more players want to pick up the game. Because right now, one of the issues with Fae is that no one's really coming in. They're not getting new players. They're not attracting any new players. And they've done a pretty bad job of advertising and like making the game visually appealing enough for more people to want to come in. Alright, Xenoblade X Fae. Yeah, Xenoblade would work. Legend of Zelda would work. I think Kid Icarus could work. So there are a couple of IPs that they could definitely do. I think Lucina and Palutena have some kind of thing going on in Smash Brothers as well. I remember seeing an artwork of Lucina and Palutena like hugging. Or like dancing or something. It was pretty wild. Alright, we got 2 minutes to go until trailer. Let's go ahead and pop up the side here. We'll take a look at YouTube and X, see if the trailer is up yet. I guess we can turn the game off too. We don't really need the game right now. Alright, nothing's going on X or YouTube yet. Still waiting on that trailer. Alex hugging, in quotes, yeah. If only it were that wholesome, right? Nils says, my bad, though. I was watching, then stopped to take a shower, come back, and thought I reopened the stream, that it would go back to the live recording, but it saved where I was when I stopped. Mr. Sal says, Monster Hunter crossover, like Dragalia. Oh, yeah, Dragalia had a crossover with Monster Hunter. That was wild. I remember people being mad because Dragalia ended up getting Fatalis before we got him in Iceborne. That was pretty upsetting at the time, but we did eventually get Fatalis in Iceborne, and he slapped so hard. That's got to be my favorite boss fight, period, in video game history. The Iceborne Fatalis fight, it's so good. Oh, wait. Oh, whoa. I'm not even on the right Twitter account. Hold on. I am on the completely wrong Twitter account. Or X. It's hard to stop saying Twitter. Like, I always go back and call it X. Alright, it's go time. Let's see if they have it up. Alright, maybe YouTube has it. Yes, YouTube has it. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look at this trailer here, guys. We're going to pull this up. Alright, y'all ready for this Mythic Hero? Let's go. Alright, we'll take the overlay off, too. Why not? Hey, what's poppin', sexies? It's you boy here, and we are back. Got some more Fire Emblem Heroes for you, and we have the trailer for the new Mythic Hero. Now, I did peep the title there by accident. This is why I like looking at it on Twitter or X instead of YouTube, because if I do it on YouTube, they always flash the title or the thumbnail in my face, and I can't be surprised. But it looks like we're getting Veil here, so I think a lot of people are going to be happy about this. Not me in particular. I'm not a big fan of Veil. I actually hate Veil. She's like one of my least favorite characters from Engage. But she is a very good character to use. She is a blue unit. I was expecting the unit would be either red or blue. She could have been a red unit too. Like, I feel like Vale could have gotten away with being a red unit, but she's going to be blue here. She's going to be an Astra defense blessing unit with the extra slot. And we have infantry movement type here. Okay, Vale, let's see what you got. Oh, her sprite is very cute there. I like it. Look at her all happy and willy-nilly. Okay, Obscurite. She has Obscurite. She also has a perf dagger, I believe, in Engage 2. So they could give her that in a future alt. Alright, 14 might, 2 range, -1 special trigger. At the start of turn, if unit is in 2 spaces of an ally, grants attack and res up 6, Resonant Blades, and Resonant Shields to unit and allies in 2 spaces of unit for 1 turn. Okay, here comes Asker number 2, I guess. If unit initiates combat or is in 2 spaces of an ally, grants all stats of 5 to unit. Unit makes a guaranteed follow-up attack, deals damage equal to 20% of unit's res, and neutralizes foes' bonuses to attack and res. She's literally Asker but blue. What the hell? Yeah, this is... Doesn't Duo Asker do, like, similar stuff here? Instead of 20% true damage based on res, he gets 20% true DR based on defense. But, like, for the most part, this is just Asker 2 Electric Boogaloo. And then nullifies attack and res bonuses to the foe. Alright, we got Iceberg here. We have also attack and res finish. We got attack and res tempo 4. Inflicts attack and res -4 on the foe. Oh, tempo 4. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. That slipped my mind there for a second, that we're getting tempo 4. So, -4 to attack and res. We get the tempo effect, so nullifies acceleration and guard on the enemies. And then reduces the percentage of foes' non-special DR by 50%. Okay, now we're cooking with tempo. Yo, is this better than Magic Null Follow-Up? This might be better than Magic Null Follow-Up, actually. If I think about it, yeah, because Null Follow-Up is very easy to outsource. There's a lot of effects that can just give you Null Follow-Up. So, for example, Legendary Alencia, there's a Sacred Seal, there's Infantry Null Follow-Up, the passive, there's Infantry Speed Tactic, there's Caden Lindy. There's like 5 million ways to get Null Follow-Up if you want it. That's not the same with Tempo. There's not a lot of... Actually, there's only one way to get Tempo, which is to run the Beast skill. So, this is better, I would say, than Magic Null Follow-Up. Alright, she's also going to have a unique C skill, which I'm guessing is very similar to Asker as well. Oh my god, wall of text. Alright, Fell Protection. If unit initiates combat or is in 2 spaces of an ally, grants attack and res up 5 to unit during combat. And also, if unit's res is better than the foe's res plus 5, reduce damage from attacks during combat by 30%. And also, if the foe's attack can trigger foe's special, inflicts special cooldown count +1 on the foe before foe's first attack in combat. Okay, she has Scowl built in. For allies in 2 spaces of unit, grants attack and res up 4 to ally during their combat. And also, if this unit's res is better than the ally's foe's res plus 5 at the start of combat, reduce damage from attacks by 30% during allies' combat. And also, if foe's attack can trigger foe's special, inflicts Scowl on the foe. Wow. Support Scowl, huh? That's pretty interesting. So, she's basically a defensive Asker, where she's giving Resonant Blades, Resonant Shield support, attack and res up 6, and then now we're also getting Scowl support instead of the acceleration. So, yeah, this is pretty interesting. Obviously, pre-charging specials is the way to go right now. So, yeah, she seems pretty good. All right, nice attack animation as well there. Now, why you gotta do Letizia dirty like this? Why her? Didn't she suffer enough in Book 6? Why you gotta make her the attack target here? Oh, man, I'm still holding out hope for that Summer Sissy. All right, so let's take a look at the rest of the banner here. Oh, wow. They might as well rename this the Legendary Engage banner. Look how many Engage characters are on here. So we got Veil, we got Citrine, Diamant, and Alcryst, all of them making their return here. So on blue, we have Veil, color sharing with King Freyr, and also Legendary Shez, a very, very solid blue pool. All three of these units are bananas. So, I mean, you've got no shame at all in sniping blue on this banner if you're going to go for it. All right, then on red, we have Diamant. We got Felix, and then we have Legendary Nana. That's solid. Felix has got pretty good fodder. Diamant as well has good fodder, and then he's a solid unit in combat. And then Nana still holds up pretty well with her ability to nullify DR and also special DR. All right, then on colorless, we've got Diamant, or not Diamant, Alcryst. We have Arvel, and then we have Ash there. All right, Alcryst is very good. Honestly, every unit on colorless is pretty good. It's just that they're kind of aged. Like, Ash is a little bit aged. Her value with her C skill is diminished, kind of, with Soaring Guidance and Guidance 4, but she's still good. And then finally on green, we've got Legendary Xander, we have Citrine, and then we have Aether. Oh, I think green might be the worst, even though Citrine is hard carrying green, but, like, Xander and Aether are not really the best at this current time. So colorless I would have over them, because Alcryst is a rearmed hero. He's a very good one. And then I would say I definitely like Ash and Arvel more than Xander and Aether. So I'm calling it blue is definitely in first place here. Followed by red, and then colorless, and then green. So should you summon on this banner? Do you want support Scowl? This is going to be very annoying for whaled up defenses. Because, like, whale teams are going to have, like, the plus 10 Sorins, Brave Sorins giving save skill support to, like, crazy plus 10 units. Then you're going to be able to get Scowl on them as well. So imagine turning a unit like Duo Asker or Duo, what's her face? Duo Ymir into a save unit, and then she's getting Scowl now, so you can't blow her up. That was one of the weaknesses to that. Well, not really a weakness, but one of the ways to get around her is just get her with a pre-charged special that nulls DR. But you can't really do that now if she's going to have Scowl. Yeah, that's pretty game-changing if I think about it. More so for whales, because whales are the units that are going to want to have bait units. If you're a player that is not a whale, if you have, like, all offensive units, those are your good units like me. I don't really think Veil offers that much for you. But when it comes to defensive support, like, this is wild. This is a whale unit, for sure. But she is very good, absolutely. She can be a good nuking unit if you want. If you want her to blow up enemies, because she's getting the true damage based on res. Then she gets the guaranteed follow-up. She gets all stats up 5. She's giving double harmonic support. Yeah, she's pretty good, man. Honestly. Let's just take one last look at this kit. And then this tempo skill is really good fodder, too. Yeah, I would say you can summon if you want. It's nothing to go, like, super crazy on. Unless you're a whale, of course, and you just want to plus 10 whatever, then be my guest. But if you're trying to spare orbs, I think you can probably safely skip this, especially if you're free to play like me, and as I said, you don't really focus on defense. So that's going to wrap us up for this video here, guys. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section of the new Veil that we got here. That was very perfect timing on the rewind. So that's going to wrap us up. I will see you guys again tomorrow when we get the data mines for Veil and we see what's up. There's a very long maintenance going on, too. I don't know what the deal is with that. The next maintenance is going to be 8 hours long. So they may have a couple of surprises in store for us there. So the data mine, you should be very excited to see what sort of developments are in there. So that's all for now, and I will see you guys again tomorrow. All right, yeah, free to play. Yeah, free to play in quotation marks, David. Way to call me out on that, because I done dropped like $50 on the what you call it, the Binding World Forma. I can't use the free-to-play card anymore. I'm not free-to-play now. Yeah, Terrell says skip. Yeah, I would agree. This is definitely a skip. Unless, like, if you're not a whale, if you don't have bait units or you don't like to bait, then I don't really think you need her that much, but the support Scowl is very good. And then her beast skill is really nice fodder. Mr. Sal says, I got spooked by Diamant, so I was wondering if he'd be a decent teammate for Anna ×2. Diamant with Anna, huh? Yeah, I mean, she is giving him Snap, so he moves 3 spots. Is that the only support Anna gives? She just gives the +1 movement? Which is pretty good, and then she has her Harmonic skill, but... Huh. Yeah, well, Diamant, just to get the +1 movement, I would say. Any infantry melee type benefits from Anna. Real question, is she good... Is if she is good for Brave Marth or not. Oh, giving Scowl to Brave Marth. That's interesting, yeah, because then he wouldn't be able to... Well, the problem with Brave Marth, though, is not necessarily DR and, like, in combat. He's pretty good in combat. He gets a lot of stats. His problem is that his conditions are way too steep. He's got to be within distance of allies, like 2 spaces or 3 spaces or whatever it is, within reach of an ally, and then all the allies have to have like +60 in total to stats. It's nuts how much they expect you to do with that Marth. Alright, Spuck Pun says, Legendary Shez looking mighty tempting for me. Yeah, she's pretty good. There's no doubt about that. Alright, I think I'm going to call it there, guys. I got to go ahead and make the thumbnail now and get ready for the video. So, let's go ahead and wrap things up here. Don Fluffle says, was not expecting Veil at all, but when I heard the music, I was like, is that Engage? Yeah. They went from not doing any Engage to just, now they're pumping out Engage, and I like it. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of Veil, I'll take it, right? Like, more Engage is more Engage. Alright, guys, so that's going to wrap us up for now. So take care. Thanks for everyone stopping by and hanging out with me during the stream there. And I'll see you guys again tomorrow.